How significant do you think Josh Gordon is in the Patriots' plans?
This could be a very good potential opportunity for them because right now he's suspended. If and when he gets reinstated, they also could get a roster exemption. And why that's important is he doesn't count on their roster, and so it doesn't cost them a roster spot. And one thing about competing against New England, they evolved during the season. I think early on with the absence of Gronkowski, the suspension of Watson, they will be a little bit more balanced, relying on the running game. They've added Sony Michel, Damian Harris. They have James White. The Patriot offense we see in September could be very different than what we see in November when Ben Watson comes back, potentially Josh Gordon coming back. So it's an opportunity that has very little downside. And to their credit, Greeny, competing against them every year, their offense gets a lot better during the season, and I think this year will be no exception to that.
You know what, Mike makes excellent points about the way that they were using Josh Gordon. He was the downfield, big body receiver, and Tom Brady actually at some points would try to force the ball into him because of those talents. I played against Josh Gordon toward the end of my career. He wasn't that same player last year for the New England Patriots. He's a little diminished. The other part is, the Patriots live in reality. They live in football reality and reality in the real world. They're not going to be dependent on a player who is not dependable. And so for me, it will be the ultimate luxury. If you can get him down the road in the season, this is a player you want to use. But I don't believe the Patriots will have this in their plan. It's going to be one of those things if we get him, if he's able to play, if he's reinstated, if he's healthy, both mind, body, and soul, this is a guy we can win with. If not, we'll find another way to win, which they did last year after having him on the roster.
Right, I totally agree with that. And if we're sitting here in November, the Patriot receiving corps may have somebody else that we're not even talking about, and we'll see. Is it Demaryius Thomas that steps up? Is it Braxton?
N'Keal Harry.
That's right. Is it N'Keal Harry, a frontline guy? Does Braxton Berrios, last year's fifth-round pick from the University of Miami, does he evolve? And that's why there's.
Does Rob Gronkowski come back around week 8 or 9?
So we're already talking about the first pick of the draft.
You want that to happen so bad.
I don't want it to happen. I'm telling you, I think it could happen. I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility at all. And I want to say this about Josh Gordon, too. I'm sorry if I sidetracked the conversation into Gronk, because I think it is important to say this about Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon is a player who has missed he has basically lost, for all intents and purposes, his entire career because of significant issues that he has, a battle that he is facing. Everyone around him, anyone I've ever talked to, says he is not a bad person. He is a good person with a really bad problem.
Absolutely.
And whilst I have never in my life rooted for the New England Patriots to win a game, I root for that guy to somehow find a way to cut together, because the opportunity for him with Tom Brady, and he's still a young player, is overwhelming.
I think the one thing I root for him for is you don't want to look back after your career is over and realize you have squandered these opportunities. And the way that the Patriots were set up to help him last year, I was very, very impressed by the time, the money, and the hours they put into trying to help this young man.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.